Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LewDolphin21 on Twitter, and on Twitch and YouTube it's LewDolphin with none of the digits. Sentinels, the Multiverse, Bot of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and you can find more information on those games at Handelabra.com. Need more digits? If you get 7 digits, you get a phone number. 21 is 2 of the digits. But what are the other 5? Alright. We are playing Spirit Island, at least to begin with. We'll see how long this takes, but, and with developer permission, we're going to be playing with the Keeper, and we're playing with the Fangs. Apparently I have to scroll with the bar. Or no, I guess I could, yeah, I could do that instead, huh? Play options and reduce difficulty. Actually, this is, stuff that I probably shouldn't demo, huh? Okay. Do I want to go thematic map? Let's go thematic map. Northeast, northwest. I'm not really sure who desires to be where, but I'll just throw Keeper on the left and Fangs on the right because that's where... That's fine. You'll allow it. Well, there's a toggle there that doesn't work yet. But I guess that's what's going to happen, is it? Branching Claw. Power, Fear, and Blight cards from Branching Claw will be included. Content from Branching Claw will not be included. We have toggles here so that we might have Beasts tokens, might not have Beasts tokens. And the events, which is currently not toggled. Events will not be used. Terror level 2 as 1 extra Fear card. Command Beasts is available. Actually, let me reread this. Power, Fear, and Blight cards. It doesn't say anything about tokens, so I'm just making this up. I'm not reading what's in front of me, and John's mad now. Power, Fear, and Blight cards will be included. Will not be included. So, if I don't want those Branch and Claw power cards to appear in my deck and bloat my power deck when I want to set up the Infinite with Power Storm. Oh, and tokens also. Okay, so I was correct the first time. But also more, I guess. So, yeah. Cool. Well, we're definitely playing with Branch and Claw because we got, you know, spirits that we want to play with. I've played one game with Fangs, and if you want to see that game, you can check it on the Handelabra YouTube channel. I believe it was the last week's Spirit Island Saturdays. Branch and Claw makes things more infinite, actually. Oh, okay. But Keeper I have not played with before, and John demoed it on Tuesday, and I had a bit of a glimpse at it. But not entirely sure, so I'm just gonna take a moment to read everything on this card. Special rules: Forbidden Ground. Anytime you create a sacred site, push all Dahan from that land. Dahan events never move Dahan to your sacred site, but powers can do so. Well, we don't have Dahan events yet because, well, there are no event cards yet. Growth, pick 2. Reclaim and gain an energy, or gain a power card. Or add a presence to land with wilds or your presence at range 3 and gain an energy. Or -3 cost, gain a power card and add a presence to land without blight at range 3. Interesting. So very limited presence placement. You need wilds to exist. Which I need to freshen myself up on what wilds are. I think there was actually a link somewhere posted in a secret server. Not really so secret. The beta server had a link to... There it is. No, that's not it. There was something that said, click here to see all of the things. Yeah, it's this one. It's this one. Yeah, wilds. So that's... Well, yeah, it said they're wilds. Wilds represent lands that are perilous to explore, plants which look edible but are actually toxic, difficulty finding fresh water, especially dangerous paths, etc. However, once a given danger is discovered and noted, there are always a few survivors. It is easily avoided by future explorers. When invaders would explore into a land with wilds, instead remove 1 wilds from that land. Wills. Those aren't wills. But thank you, Seamus. Also, hello, Seamus, and good relevant time of day to you as well. Yeah, so we can only place presence in land with wilds, or lands that have my presence already, innately, unless I spend energy, in which case I can add it to a land without blight, or porque no los dos, because it's pick 2, so I could do these 2 things. Double presence placement seems very important here. So the innate powers: punish those whose trespass, slow, range 0, any land. 2 sun, 1 fire, 2 plant, 2 damage, destroy a Dahan. Additional fire, additional plant, +1 damage per sun plant you have. And with 4 plant, you may split this power's damage however desired between target land and one of your lands. Cool. Destroys Dahan. So it's nice that we push Dahan when we make sacred sites. Huh. Spreading wilds, slow, range 1, no blight. 2 suns, push 1 explorer from target land per 2 suns you have. 1 plant, if target land has no explorers, add a wilds, so we can put presence there. 3 plant, this power has +1 range. 1 air, this power has +1 range. Max is range 3, and that's exactly the range for my growth. Nice. So how do we start, by the way? Put 1 presence and 1 wilds on your starting board in the highest numbered jungle. So we start with an extra wilds, yay. Bad at fear, great at offense, good at defense, mediocre at control and utility. I'm not sure exactly at what level it goes from average to mediocre, but yeah. All right, cool. And our growth here, of course, we have a lot of energy going all the way up to 9. Getting a sun and a plant along the way, which is nice because that helps trigger punish those who trespass and spreading wilds. Once we get the plant, this is always active. We will always be able to put wilds in a land with no explorers. And with 1 additional sun, we can also push an explorer in order to make a land like that happen. And then card place 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reclaim 1. I always like reclaim 1. So powers. All of these are plant cards. 3 of these are sun cards. No air. 1 fire. Interesting. Sacrosanct Wilderness. Push 2 Dahan. 2 damage per wilds in target land. Or add a wilds. And I guess that's actually always push 2, and then this is the or, I assume, is that formatting. That's why there's a big space there. Boon of Growing Power. Target spirit gains a power card. If you target another spirit, they also gain 1 energy. Ooh. Gains any power card. Nice. We grow from roots. If there are 2 or fewer blight in target land, remove 1 blight. Blight removal. Towering Wrath, 2 fear for each of your sacred sites in or adjacent to target land, 2 damage, destroy all Dahan. Aww. Aww. Expensive powers too. Very expensive. So we have no 0 energy cards. We start with 2 energy per turn now, and 2 presence away from 4 energy per turn, which is good. But how are we gonna play this? That is a question. Eventually we get enough energy sustained to be able to do double presence, it seems like. But I don't want to just only get to 4 and then do -3, because then I'm only getting a profit of 1 energy per turn. Which is bad when all my cards are 1, 1, 2, 3. I could do like presence, energy, power card. Actually, I guess if I do this, I always have a +1 there. Ah, yes, the Shrek spirit. Sure, it's Shrek. His signature move, get out of my swamp. All right, that makes sense now. I was like, how does that look like Shrek? But no, yeah, there's lots of pushing, I guess. But yeah, I guess if I'm like at the start doing these two growths. I could get minor powers for a while to sustain my hand and also grant me energy to the point where I could then start spending 3 energy, because it's like this is a power, but presence. So essentially, like if I'm choosing between one of these two, this is presence at a cost of 3 energy. Of course, there's also a reclaim turn that I would need to figure out. But the simple rule of Spirit Island is ABPP. Always be placing presence. ABPP. Or not, if you're if you're lightning swift strike. You also got pushing here. Not much destruction. We got damage here. Got damage and remove a beast here. You may not need to reclaim with Keeper the whole game. More depends if you want the card versus actually running out of cards. There's also this whole gain a power card business here, which in a solo Keeper game, I'm sure is, I guess you could only play that once though, until you get to the reclaim one. Not quite sure how we're going to play this. It seems like the obvious route is we have to go off the energy track. But if we do that, we're not getting card plays, which means we're not really hitting these innates too much. We might get the add a wilds innate and +1 range maybe if we have a minor power, or not even minor, but a power that does it. Interesting. All right, let's start a game so we're not just theory crafting here how to play this. Right, we're playing thematic map. I put people in places that may or may not make sense. Lots of jungles for fangs over here, right? Right? Wetlands? Yeah, those are jungles. Yeah, so that might be an appropriate board. This would be less appropriate, so I guess we at least got fangs in the right spot. So, adversary. Which one do we want? Put an early stage 3 card. I'm gonna say it right now. We're gonna just do level 2 of whatever we do. So, extra town and put a stage 3 card early. That doesn't change the size of the invader deck. Or extra builds and a city to land 1 and town to land 2. Or extra blight, add a city to land 4, and a blight gets moved if it was in that land. Well, given that we might just be killing Dahan with Shrek, maybe not Sweden. I'm always uncomfortable with England. Every time I play with England, I always get so scared because there's always so many builds and I can't do that much about. We can't really just destroy things straight up. I think we're just gonna do Brandenburg, Prussia. I feel like it's been a while since I played Brandenburg, Prussia. No additional loss condition, no change to fear card structure other than we're playing with Branch and Claw without events, so we get an extra one at Terror level 2. We have an early stage 3 card. It's between stage 1 and stage 2. So 1 1 1 3 2 2 2 2 3 3 3 3. Extra town and land 3. Escalation is adding a town to a land without town on a board. On each board that has a town city in it already. Difficulty 7. Let's go. And we'll just make this up as we go. Now, I think one of the things, though, that I am already noticing here, and has been implemented, or is it a thing? We got diseases. Diseases? Yeah, we got disease. We got disease in Northwest 1, Northwest 3, actually, and we got disease in Northeast 9. Not sure if that's actually a part of the innate game. There's also beasts over here. It has to be, right? Because the token placements are based on the icons that appear on the boards. We also have got a wilds here and a wilds there. Yay! Okay. So your rule is... Oh, right. Presence and beasts on the starting board in the highest numbered jungle. Presence in a land of my choice with beasts anywhere on the island. Anywhere on the island. Well, this is, you know, great choice because it's all over here. Huh. Well, since we can get into jungle more easily, although I guess we can always get into jungle or beasts. I'm gonna go into the land with the beast. Beasts. It's always plural beasts. Even if it's a single token. They're exploring the jungle. Which uses up this disease. And uses up that disease. Alright. Or not disease. Ah, wilds. Sorry, I'm gonna keep using the wrong words for these things because they are new to me. We lost the wilds, which means I can't put a presence to a land with wilds too easily, huh? But we got no build here, and we got no build here, and we got stuff happening there. Jungle is a good hit for wilds, though, because we can very easily move to where we need there. Okay, so first we're going to reclaim. No, we're definitely not doing that, which means we're doing these. I guess there's an argument that we could do this solely for energy. Like, I can get to 4 energy if I really wanted to. There's no reason to, though. I mean, because I could only play 1 card. Unless I gain... Well, if I'm doing that, I'm not even gaining a power. I can only play 1 card, and it'd be a 3 energy card at most. I guess I could do +1/+1 energy, play a 1 energy card, and then do the super growth next turn. And that's actually a thought. That's actually a thought. But it seems like I'm going to probably just stick with these 2 options for a bit. So there's no one in my land, so there's no reason to get this threshold yet. I can't get to another land with wilds because all the wilds are gone. I can add a wilds in the fast phase. I can also add a wilds in the slow phase, right? No. Wait. It's there. That's the power that does it in the slow phase. Which just happens when I play a plant, which is like literally every single one of my cards. So that's nice. I can put wilds where I need them to be. I could actually, well, I guess it's not going to be useful. I could stop and explore super fast. Like if they explore mountains and if I put the wilds right there and they explore mountains, that's great because then they can't go there. And we stop another build. That's like a 33% chance. And then we got these stuffs happening here, and there's bad and bad. Both of those are cities. We can stop a build really easily, which is nice. Doesn't have a plant on it. Well, okay, so surely we are gaining a power on Mr. Shrek here. And I hazard to say it's a minor power, so we can start a volume of cards. There are words. Don't call me Shirley. So we got Land of Haunts, Rain of Blood, Rouse the Trees, which are familiar powers, and we got Rights of the Land's Rejection, Fast, Range 2, Sacred Site, Target Land, Dahan. Invaders do not build in Target Land this turn. 1 fear per town city, or 1 fear per Dahan, whichever is less, or push up to 3 Dahan. Gives me no plant. But none of these give me sun either. 2 of these give me air. 2 give me fire. 1 gives me... No. This gives me sun, air, but no plant. This gives me air, but no plant, fire. This gives me plant, fire, but no air. Okay. I thought they were 2 each, but I misread, apparently. Okay. I don't think it's Rites of the Lands rejection, even though it'd be fun to play with something new. We could play with Land of Haunts and Embers. Since we do have a card that removes Blight innately. Only in jungle wetlands, but still. Doesn't give me the plant, though. How important is that plant? This power scales based on plants and suns. This, of course, lets me put wilds. Increases the range. Probably just the straightforward damage would be fine for now. It does require a sacred site. But I mean, like, that's the only place I can put a presence, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, air's not too important, indeed. It's only for that +1 range right there. It's like very minimally needed, if at all. So rouse the trees seems like a good idea. I can take out a town with it if I'm going to play it. Probably won't be playing it right away. Alternatively, if they do explore in the mountains, I could deal that damage and stop it. If they explore the sands, that's going to be a lot of nightmare coming up. Well, let's table that thought for now, because it's also likely that Wilds is gaining up power. Right, because presence, power, energy. We could go for +3 energy. I guess it depends on whether we're going to play 2 cards from hand or if we need something else. There are lots of things happening, I guess. We can stop a build. That's one of our plays. It's not going... Well, we'll give us... Like, all of these gives me 2 animal, but it's not going to give me 2 plants. We're not doing the damage per beasts. So, like, if we're going to deal with this in some capacity, we're going to need to deal with it either with a defend next turn or some damage in the fast or slow phase. Or we could terrifying chase it. I guess that would also work. We also want to think about saving this Dahan, maybe? Or are we just saying, let's kill all the Dahan on this board because we brought Shrek, who kills Dahan if he targets a particular land with them? I think it is power. I'll go for volume again. Guardian Serpents, eh? Doesn't give me plant. It gives me moon and animal. That's like... And it adds a beast. What could possibly go wrong? Also gives me defend 4. It only adds it to one of target spirit's lands, though. Doesn't put it where I exactly want it to be, per se, other than... I guess, like, this is Fangs. Fangs moves, like, right, yeah, right? Fangs moves with beasts, so I can put beasts... Yeah, that's actually fine. Call to trade. You may gather a Dahan, or if the terror level is 2 or lower, gather a town, and the first ravage in target land this turn becomes a build instead. Also straightforward Nature's Resilience, which is actually pretty good for plant and animal. And defense 6. Quicken the Earth Struggles. Also pretty good for elements other than plant. But it would work towards getting this thing. Range 0 Sacred Site, normally pretty bad, but I mean, we could also gather and push our presence to where we would want it to be. Oh my god. What do I want? Probably just Guardian Serpents. More beasts, more problems. That would scale up ranging hunt, which is important. And I think we said Rouse the Trees was a good hit there. So if I'm adding a presence, I only have one valid land to place a presence in. I think I want to push energy for the time being. Because the quicker I can get to double presence more consistently, the quicker I can grow. And the quicker I grow, the better I become. And the better I become, the better we win the game. And the name of the game is winning. So all of these give me a plant, so it doesn't really matter there. One more sun gives me the push and explore, which also could stop a build. So I would probably want to play a sun card just in case they explore the mountains. That seems like a super powerful card if I can get Sacred Sites going. And it seems like Sacred Sites are just going to happen because my exploration is limited to beasts, or sorry, not beasts, wilds. I could always put it in a land with my presence, but only to wilds. Unless I go here, in which case it's a land without blight, in which case it's super easy. There's also no blight on the board at all right now, so that's pretty funny. If I take that, that does that, right? Target spirit gains a power card. If you target another spirit, they also gain an energy. All right, that's that. Presence here, probably. Last time I went basically up to animal on the energy track, maybe got 3 energy, and then started doing card plays. Getting to the Reclaim 1 is also kind of interesting. All my cards currently give me animal. The only benefit of more animal would be to either trigger Ranging Hunt more consistently, or to get Frenzied Assault going. But for this turn, I don't really need the animal because all my cards are giving me the animal. I need plants, which I can do on my next turn if I go that route, or I can get to 3 card plays and play 2 plant cards and 3 animal cards. Oh. The problem is, the more you go on the card play track, the more often you're going to have to reclaim. But if I get to the Reclaim 1, I'm basically playing 3, reclaiming 1, so it's really, you know, a net of 2. I don't know. But with Boon of Growing Power, I get an extra energy, so I'm kind of tempted to go for more for card plays because we might have sustain for a bit. I don't know. I keep saying I don't know. I don't know why I keep saying I don't know. It's weird. I want to save Guardian Serpents for next turn. Use Prey on the Builders this turn. Guess we could stop a build somewhere. Maybe. Explore wetlands. It's not too good. Unless I push into here. Actually, I'd probably rather save this Dahan, right, than save this guy, but this guy gives visibility over here. Actually, it doesn't matter, because that will still be there. Yeah, I think if I stop this, I could take out that town with the Dahan and the defend, and I stop at the city build. So I want to go over there. Doesn't really answer my question of what I'm doing, but I guess I would be able to go too near the jungle. Although I wouldn't be able to target that sand, so I'm kind of exchanging sands for wetlands. And I guess Northeast 7 is always going to have an explorer in it, but it has 3 of in there, so I don't know what good that does. Teeth gleam for more beasts. I mean, if I'm gonna play, like, if my goal is to play my 2 plant cards next turn, I can't play these 2 cards. So it's really just Terrifying Chase or Guardian Serpents, and it's not Guardian Serpents this turn. So I guess we're pushing. But it's not even good pushing, because I don't want to... It's range 0 pushing. Urgh. So maybe I don't do 3 card plays, because that card play doesn't make sense, and trying to play Guardian Serpents and these 2 plant cards doesn't seem to benefit me too good next turn. I'm just going to go off animal then. I guess if I leave my presence there, but then that is going... Ugh. None of these are sacred sites yet. Well, I guess I do need a sacred site. Oh, that's a problem. I need a sacred site. Well, I guess I can add a presence there next turn for the sacred site. This is what happens when I don't have John in my ear, is that I go through every single permutation of card plays. Without him to stop me, I'm just completely unhinged. Unhinged? Unwinded. Out of control. Yes, that word. Let me just do something entirely different and go over here. Because actually, range 1 jungle hits all 3 land types over here. So I could, although they're not going to explore the wetlands, could use 2 near the jungle to great effect. It's not even a great effect, though. But we could Terrifying Chase the wetlands into the sands. I'm not sure what that would do. It'd create a location with it would create 1 big problem versus 2 small problems, I guess. Could also stop builds. But like, this has to happen if I play this. Obviously we get, well, we already had that, but I could have played these 2 and been able to deal damage based on beasts, but can save it for next turn instead. Or I get the plant next turn and then I only have to play 1 plant card. So that would probably be a bit nicer too. Okay. Do I need to do any conversions? No, because then I won't have the presence where I need it. Your strategy is more of a screen door. All right, so we are going to gather this guy along. Also, did we update it? We did update it. Your presence may move. Yay! All right, I want to stay there. We're gonna stop that build. They are exploring wetlands. We don't have our presence in the right place, though, for Northeast 9 anymore. We could still push the Explorer out, but I guess I didn't play too near the jungle, so it's actually okay. They explored the wetlands. Terrifying Chase. Oh, I can't even do that because that's range 0. That's the other problem. Okay, well. Could still do it there. I guess that was the clause that I forgot about, is that that's range 0. We can stop. Was that range? It's range 1. Range 1. I think we're doing Boon of Growing Power on, just for the energy boost on Fangs. Because you're always going to be gaining a power, basically, I think. And you're also going to be gaining power, but you could also get energy, so sure. We'll give it to you. 5 cards now in my deck. Let's go for another minor. Because Guardian Serpent seems pretty good. Growth through sacrifice, again with fangs. Sky stretches the shore. This turn, target spirit may use 1 slow power as if it were fast, or vice versa. Target spirit gains +3 range for targeting coastal lands only. So we already had the effect of making slow powers fast with Lightning Swift Strike, but now we can make a fast power slow with Sky Stretches the Shore. Interesting. But growth through sacrifice gives Keeper even more growth options. Could do triple growth. So what was the decision on that last time? It doesn't give animal, or yeah, animals. Yeah, it doesn't give animals. It does give a plant. Gives a fire. Gives a moon. Those are good elements then. We have some sun cards. We don't have Blight on the board yet anyway, so we don't really need that threshold. What are the other options other than just growth through sacrifice here? None of these give animals. Only with the one gives plant. 2 of them give moon, but none of the others give fire. Terrible elements then. Uncanny Melting doesn't seem to do that much either. It's just a fear and possible blight removal. Entrancing Apparitions is 2 defend or gather 2. Well, not even or. Actually, it's not or at all. Defend 2, and if there are no invaders present, gather 2 explorers, which can be really good for stopping builds. Currently, there's no valid target to stop that wetlands build, but we could stop that wetlands build without having to use something else. Terrifying Chase, I think, was the other option, and that was really the only valid target for Terrifying Chase anyway. Disease token stops the build. Oh yeah, that's right. It does have a disease on it, doesn't it? Okay. So it's not actually important to stop that build. This one could be stopped. Then again, there's not really a valid target for me. Other than maybe emptying this jungle entirely, but that Lone Explorer doesn't do anything anyway. Defend 2 would work in Northeast 3, but we do have a defend. As long as I put the Sacred Site there. Yeah, I think I would just take Growth Through Sacrifice. It hits my elements. And even though I don't need to, I can save the disease for when we need it. And then you have it. Now we have potential pushing and wilds. Like just there seems like the best idea. Because if they explore mountains, which is now 50% shot, 50% chance, they can't explore any further. Could also put it right there. But let's do it there. They're not exploring the jungles next, but they can explore the mountains. They could explore the sands. And since we did that, that seems like my presence is going to go there. We can get you up to 6 energy. Honestly, well, it's very limited utility power, but it does give elements that I might want. Does it give elements I might want? It gives a plant and 2 other elements that aren't immediately on my things. Was I wanting to do the double presence this turn? That is also a thought. I could do double presence this turn. I still have a number of energy. If I did that, I have a +1 energy, -3 is that. I have that 2, perhaps even 4. What would I be doing this turn? Building wetlands, that's diseased as well. Just wondering if I want to go for a major power. I don't think we need the major power yet. Unless they explore sands, in which case it's a bit more perilous. The other thing is I might be able to use this effect. Well, I'd only be able to really get to the first tier. I would have the elements if I played Sacrosanct and Towering Wrath. Gives me 2 damage. Have to be in that land. Unfortunately, I can only go here. So actually all of that's kind of... I was thinking I could go here, but I can't. Why can't I go there? Why can't I go there? But I could take out the city in Northwest 2. If I had Presence, Sacred Site in Northwest 5. Which I don't even have to do double growth. I could do growth through sacrifice to attain that. Maybe. And if they do explore mountains, there's still this guy over here, and I would really like this guy to not build, just because it would make the inner land entirely barren. Which Rouse the Trees would be overkill for that. And there's not really much else I could do. Okay. So I could do double growth. And play these cards. And I wouldn't be able to do double growth next turn, but... we would get +4 energy per turn. We'd probably just focus more on the energy for a bit. Although it's possible we would have to reclaim still. I don't know. If I increase my energy, I'm more likely to do double presence more innately. I guess the other thing to consider is that we could do double power card off of this. Not just double presence, but double power card. Which I can't do this turn for sure, to be clear. But in the future, I could do double power card. Cost 3 energy. But I could gain a minor and then gain a major, potentially for getting the minor I took or something else. That way I could always get a major in my hand and keep my deck growing. Be a bit difficult to sustain though. Doesn't even make sense to get to this threshold because there's nothing in my lands. Probably should have put that wild somewhere else. It's really hard for me to be in a land with explorers. Unless I just intentionally do it. But I want to stop them from building the inner lands, so it's probably still fine to do that. I'm going back and forth on what I'm doing here. I think it's definitely this. I think I'm going to do this and gain a miner and maybe get something that's free. Something is free. None of these give sun. 3 of these give plant. Hey, I can lure someone into my land. Or away from anything. All of these are vanilla powers too. Lure of the Unknown hits a lot of thresholds, and it's really good. Gift of Power is also tempting, but it doesn't give me fire or air, but Lure of the Unknown it is! So these are slow. This one's fast. We could lure a town and destroy it. Actually, I would already be able to do it with this. Or no, that's slow. So I don't want to do that per se. The problem with playing those two, though, is that if this guy, if they do explore the mountains, that guy would then build, and I wouldn't be able to stop it immediately unless Fangs were able to step in and intervene. Speaking of Fangs, do you need a power this turn, or do you want to go for energy and potentially gain a major next turn? Like, you're playing Guardian Serpents in this land, right? So you're not getting that level of plant unless you play another plant card. Which could be Grow Through Sacrifice. We don't need that Grow Through Sacrifice to make a sacred site just yet. An extra growth would also be just nice in general, but... I don't think we need that just yet. So, Guardian followed by... Can't deal with this Explorer, can we? I guess we might be able to, though. Yeah, because we might get that threshold, in which case we can gather that Beasts. That Beasts would then do enough damage to take out that guy. Stops that build. This is blighting. Don't think I can stop it. And I don't think I need to stop it. Stopping visibility on this Sands would be nice, though. But that requires me to deal 5 damage, which is a tall order out of a minor power. More possible with a major, but I can't afford the major unless I do energy. But then I'm not putting presence, which means I don't have the sacred site for Guardian Serpents. Serpents? Yeah, Guardian Serpents. So I think I'm definitely gaining a minor. I guess I could have just gained energy instead, but I will accept a minor. Promises of Protection. Gather up to 2 Dahan. Dahan have +2 health in target land. Tormenting Rotflies. Add a disease. Or if target land has invaders 2 fear, if disease is present +1 fear, if blight is present +1 fear, or 2 fear, add a strife. And what strife does? Whenever invaders damage the Dahan and or the land, each attacking invader with any number of strife deals exactly 0 damage and removes a strife. Strife is nice. Don't need it immediately though. It does give beasts, it gives plants. Sorry, I'm not even looking at that. I'm looking at Tormenting Rotflies. Whoops. This doesn't give anything helpful other than fire. I guess it gives sun for growth. Visions of Fiery Doom. Could be 2 fire. It's range 0. I mean, I don't even need plant that much, right? Like, once I have this innate plant, I just need 1 plant card to trigger this effect. I need animals more. Which Tormenting Rotflies also gives an animals. Promises of Protection gives me an animals. I don't think... Well, we do have Dahan that we're not really utilizing that effectively. We could... I guess gather another one in here? I don't know, that doesn't seem fruitful. If they explore the sands, we could put disease there. And then we don't have to worry about that build. If they explore mountains, I can't utilize Tormenting Rotflies. Could also strategically put strife or disease there to stop that from building a town someday. Yeah, it won't stop this. The best I could do is put strife on the city and it stops the city from dealing damage, but there'd still be 4 damage in that land. Or just in general, wherever I would want it to go. It is a defend card. I'm gonna go with Tormenting Rotflies. Why defend when I can prevent a build? Gotta get my sacred sites. Gotta get my plants. Gotta play a plant. So the card I was so debating on, I'm not even playing this turn anyway, so that's great. If I'm not playing it this turn, then maybe I should redecide. Actually, I can play it this turn because it has plant on it. What am I doing? John's like, Lube, stop rewinding! You're breaking the game! Ah! Secretly, every time I rewind, John is terrified that I just broke the game again. Because this is a plant. I could play that, and it triggers that. Yeah! Is there a reason to do one of these? Destroys an explorer, also stops a build. Gives a fear. But this puts a disease, which wouldn't do that much anyway, I guess. I could save the energy. I'm not in that land though, so it doesn't do the same thing. So it's that. We're still waiting on what we're doing here. I'm just gonna put that there. Sharp Fangs will be a lot more useful when events are implemented. So one of the bajillion and one thoughts I had was to gather a town and destroy it. Which was accomplishable with this set of actions. Oh. And I'd be able to get that guy pushed out if it is a Mountains Explorer, and I could destroy him in my own land. And then I could still gather the town out of Northwest 3 and destroy it. No, that's not the right power. What am I thinking? Oh no, yeah, 2 damage per. No, but it's there. Never mind, I can't do the thing. I can't do the thing. Mars the trees would still make sense here, sort of. Actually, if I do Lure of the Unknown and Rouse the Trees, I would end up with a town in here, I guess is a problem. I could put a Wilds in there and deal damage off of Sacrosanct Wilderness. Or... How much is it worth saving that Blight, I guess is the thing. I can do 2 damage, push an Explorer, so that takes out a town, and an Explorer leaves a town. I can gather that town out. I guess I don't have to gather it this turn. Sacrosanct is an ore effect. Yeah, I need there to be wilds in the land in order to deal the damage, which is the issue that I had when I was first thinking about dealing with this issue, but I could just gather that remaining town next turn. I don't really want it to go in that jungle permanently. I could also use that to stop an explorer, although they're only doing sands or mountains, which we've kind of dealt with. We want to play a sun card to trigger that one, right? So if it's either Sacrosanct or Towering Wrath. Actually, that takes care of Northwest 3. Problem solved! We did it! And we can still push and damage. Yeah! Yeah! Here's where John says, none of what you said makes sense. Think about what you're doing, Lude. None of what you're doing makes sense. Mischief managed. So do I need, well, I guess I don't need to move with my beasts just here. So I can even put my beasts back. Ooh. But what I could do is gather this guy. Do I want to go along with it though? Yeah, this gives me more visibility. So I want to take this beasts, take this presence, kill that explorer, move that beasts in there, move that presence there. We took the scenic route towards the mountains, but first we had to kill a guy. Wetlands build, which is non-existent. Sands Explorer. Okay. Next is that stage 3 card. Gives a disease there. And then we have all the fun here. They're not exploring in the mountains, though, which is a bit tragic. Still, I think makes the most sense to take that guy out, even though he's not problematic at all. But we can at least make sure we get this line of defense here. Punish those who trespass. Which one was this? 2 damage, push an explorer. You can go into Danger Sands. We can Tower Wrath on that remaining town. And now we don't have a Wetlands Ravage that in your defense he needed kill it. Oh man. I'm just imagining a murder trial where the lawyer is like, objection! On what grounds? He needed to be killed! Sustained. Alright, so we can't do double presence. Are we reclaiming? There's nothing to deal with the wetlands. If we could maybe stop a sands thing, it'd be kind of nice. Doesn't seem like it's happening now. He needed killing was actually a legitimate defense used in the past in the USA. To be fair, self-defense probably would be a justifiable reason for he needed killing. If I didn't kill him, he was going to kill my 2-year-old son, so I had to kill him. Towering Wrath could deal 4 damage in Northwest 2. Mm-hmm. Actually, maybe it would have been better to do Towering Wrath here. I was so focused on Northwest 2, or Northwest 3, that I missed that we had Northwest 2 as an option, and it does help with that. Like, it's probably better, like, we could just let Northwest 3 blight and stop Northwest 2 from having a bajillion things happening in it. We could also move the town out. Still have that problem of we can't use Sacrosanct Wilderness to take the town out. But I want to change where I put that Wilds token. I'm not too worried. If they explore my jungle, I could just probably nom them. Maybe. Okay, so currently for me to get 2 suns, I need Sacrosanct Wilderness. It's not really a valid target for it. I guess if I did put it there. I wouldn't get this Explorer out. He's not even a problem. I just don't like him. No one likes him. He smells. But if I put it here, I could gather the town with Lure of the Unknown and Sacrosanct Martyr to kill it. And then I have a bunch of useless Wilds tokens. I guess they're gonna build in the sand, so this guy is actually not doing anything. Maybe I don't care about that Explorer until a mountain turn. He's not a concern. I guess the other annoying thing is then punish those who trespass does nothing. But actually, what if I put it here? I could then grow there. I don't even have to be there, but I could put it there and destroy the town that way. Doesn't stop the Explorer, though. I guess I could put him in the jungle. Oh, actually does stop the Explorer. Cool. Actually, okay, no, let me take that back. Let me take that back. Brainstorm here. Brainstorm! First we do this! Then we spread the wilds. We don't need to actually push him. This guy can go in there. And then he dies. Okay, we did it. Still have to think about Northwest 3. Oh no, we don't have to think about Northwest 3. We have a solution. All right. How happy am I with my current powers? Regrow from roots is good for elements, sort of. It gives me a plant, really. I think I go for a major, and I forget regrow from roots because we don't have blight other than here. I guess that does mean it's a valid target for regrow from roots. But I'm gonna start having a lot of energy. If I'm playing these 2 cards this turn, I'm gonna have 2 remaining energy next turn, 3 with this. So I could do this growth, I guess, instead. Take the major next turn. Problem is, I'm eventually gonna have to reclaim at this rate. I'm only putting 1 power in my hand and playing 2 per turn. So there's gonna be a reclaim turn. We do have a solution for this town. This build's gonna happen. But 2 of the explorers are already gone. They can only explore into that sands, which is pretty good. I'm itching for a major. I'm gonna go for major. I'm itching for a major. Savage transformation would have been good with beasts, or with fangs, because that's moons and beasts. And gives me extra beasts. Yes, yes, yes. Oh well. Bomb. Target spirit adds 2 presents. And a wilds. Did we have a wilds problem? Because I think we can get wilds now. Is there a Dahan in Northwest 8? Because you feel it's not supposed to be there. I mean, yeah, there is a guy there. Not sure if he was there, but he is there. Also, these are all new powers, so I'm gonna have to think for a moment. 3 sun, 3 plant, in that land, add an additional wilds, and remove a blight, and target spirit gains a power card, because there wasn't enough happening on that power. Sweep into the sea, push all explorer, and 1 town, 1 land towards the nearest ocean, or, if the target land is coastal, destroy all explorers and towns. 3 suns and 2 waters repeat on an adjacent land. It's like, oh, we accidentally brought ocean into this game. Pyroclastic flow. 2 damage, destroy all explorers. If target land is jungle wetlands, add a blight. 2 fire, 3 air, 2 earth, plus 4 damage, add a wilds. Okay, so there's wilds there. Is that the forbidden land? Yeah, no, it's the new land. I'm in this land. He's there. We haven't actually utilized my special rule with sacred sites yet, so there hasn't been any Dahan movement. I'm inclined for unrelenting growth. Gives me sun, give me plant. To the major things I need. Gives me a fire. I need that. Like, I mean, like, this is literally Keeper's card, right? Like, and we're gonna hit that threshold. like almost trivially, especially if I get to that plant. So I think I forget the other power. It's kind of like Boon of Growing Power upgrades to be Unrelenting Growth, IMO. You don't get the energy, but you get 2 presence, which is like better than 1 energy. Does that change what I'm playing? No, I still want to destroy that town. I'll go off card plays because I think with Unrelenting Growth we might just be done. This game, well, John's gonna say this game ended 5 turns ago, but this is still kind of unsolved. This board's basically solved. This board's not solved. IMO. Like, we could stop this build, but this is still a problem here. And what are we doing here? I believe the rule is if you trigger the threshold in the middle of using the power, you don't get the immediate benefits. Like, when I activate this power, whatever I have at the time that I activate it is what I have. I can't later get the threshold. I believe that's the rule, but I can also be told I'm wrong. Because one of the things that's implicit, we could also just check the rules, I guess. One of the things that's not explicitly stated other than the rule book is that when you repeat a power, you ignore everything on that power that says repeat. So you can't chain repeats. So where would it talk about? You're busy working on the new one deck dungeon tutorial so I can finally learn the game. Like, if it were stated on here, it'd be under elemental threshold. But I don't think it says it. We're not looking for repeat. It was just an example of something that wasn't explicit, but... So if you do get the plant in the middle of using Unrelenting Growth, you get the threshold, is the answer. So I was wrong. My assumption was wrong. You do powers from top to bottom. Well, yeah. But my assumption was when you use a power, whatever is currently active is what is done. Like, it's kind of like nested actions or something. I don't know. Not nested actions. That's not the right thing, but... Alright. Lesson learned. So I upgrade a card. Like, I just have things that add beasts, but I don't have anything that really works well other than ranging hunt, which I could do to... Actually, there's 3 explorers there. I wouldn't do enough. Think about fangs right now. I don't really need that 2 energy right now if all I'm playing are minor powers, because I'm playing 2 powers. Gaining a power, gain an energy, I'm basically at +2 energy until I reclaim, in which case I lose that energy. Probably want to go card plays track. I think I'm just looking for a power. I don't have energy for a major, of course, yet. But I will someday. Maybe. Maybe if I started doing, you know, +3 energy, but whoops. Defend 4, or each invader added to target land this turn may be immediately pushed to any adjacent land. Pretty good when we're going into a stage 3 turn, I guess. Doesn't give me animals. We have all the other cards are plant cards. None give me fire. Target land Dahan. They're all over there. Voracious Growth at least could see some utility. It's not going to target the sands though. It would target Northeast 5, which is Dangerville. If they do explore that jungle, it's going to be pretty bad. We could take it and remove Blight instead. They could re-Blight. This probably makes sense. That's what you would do too, but it's how Eric wants. So my assumption is what John's assumption is. Are we the same person? Have you actually seen John and I in the same room? I'm still not quite sure what I'm doing here. I could put an extra beast here and then to kill all the explorers, but that serves like literally no purpose. Because they're not exploring. They could explore there, but if they do, they're still gonna explore. I guess the question is, I could try to use Ranging Hunt to deal with Northeast 5. Like this can Blight, that's just kind of expected. If I put a presence in Northeast 9, I turn it into a beasts. No, I can't gather 2 in there. I can gather 1 and push 2. I could push 2 in there, but I won't do the damage part. I could put 1 here, but then I could already just gather that one. That would do 2 damage push in there. The order of operations here is kind of bad. I could put a presence there, turn it into beasts, then I can gather 1 and deal 2 damage from there. And I could have my presence be in that land after the fact, so I could play a card that relies on me to be in a jungle or something. The problem is, well, we do have diseases here. This one's going to be used up, though. Unless I kill that guy, in which case he doesn't build. If they do explore wetlands sands, that's prevented. If they explore mountains, these guys now laugh because they've been sitting there this entire game and now they're going to do something. If they explore jungle, it's kind of a hot mess. I am very good at typing with my feet in order to send these messages. There was a video I saw a long time ago. This was like, I want to say even pre-internet days. It might have just been like a video that was shown in a health class or something. Or it might have even just been on like evening news or something. It was a girl who either was born with no arms or needed surgery, needed to be amputated because of something, or didn't have any arms, but she learned how to do everything with her feet. And one thing I do particularly remember was that she wrote with her feet. Like she had a pen that she wrote with her feet, and her feet writing looked a lot like normal handwriting, which was pretty cool. But she also typed with her feet too. So I wonder how fast you could type if you're trained to type with your feet. I imagine it'd be a lot harder than typing with fingers because your toes are generally a bit like bigger than your fingers. Like they're like, you know, this big versus this big. But I was proud of her. That was cool. So I gotta play two. Oh my, I don't even have. I guess these are my two cards I'm playing if I want to be able to deal damage, huh? Did I need this? I took this power. And now I'm not even using it. That's annoying. I'm also not going to get to that threshold next turn. What were my... I don't want to rewind. Is there... Were these the last three? I think it was. Would it make sense to take Call to 10 just so I have another animals card? Like, this is not doing anything this turn. I'm gonna rewind to make John mad. It's also Dahan pushing. Which, since I don't have any direct damage, Dahan pushing is my next best bet, it seems. I could get to another animal if I went that route, but I want 3 card plays and a reclaim 1. It's okay. If you rewind, you're gay. John is referencing my personal stream titles that have generally been of the sort, if X happens, I'm gay. Or X is a very commonplace event, because plot twist, I'm gay, so it's makes sense. Even though logically speaking, I don't need the event to happen in order to be gay. So this does give me a little more options in what I'm playing here. Call Attend pushes 3 Dahan. These Dahan could like get closer to some sort of action. Like Northeast 6 is very far from ever being seen. Unless they explore mountains next turn, in which case it's not seen next turn or built next turn, but yeah. So add extra beasts so that next turn, if I can get the animals, I get extra damage. Or try to deal with the double explorer, which sands and wetlands are more or less covered. Mountains is, I guess that they could explore that, and I can't deal with that just yet, or even there. I'll take 2 Near the Jungle. Why haven't I not played any of your cards? It's these 2, right? Or is it these 2? Is it this one? Oh yeah, Sacrosanct was how I was going to deal with that town. The building in the sands. Not sure how effective this will be next turn, but can at least take this guy out if they do explore mountains in the end. Okay. Because why am I playing these cards again? Lure and damage? Yeah, that was my only means of dealing with that in the fast phase, yeah. Take this guy in, destroy him. I want to preserve this disease, so I need to gather this beast. And then push him in here. Got a fear card. Remove an explorer town from the land where it is the only invader. Well, that would have helped. Not too many valid targets, is there? Is it just these 2? Literally these 2? Okay, well. No, I don't need to worry about that mountain guy. They're exploring sands and wetlands. I called it. We get command beasts now. Which means used during a fast phase in each land with beasts, either deal a damage, get a fear if invaders are present, or push that beasts. Cool. All right, so that solves that too. This is now a big problem. Big problem. Big problem. That's gonna ravage and then ravage again. It's gonna ravage, then it's gonna build, and then it's gonna ravage again. This is also gonna ravage and build. This is gonna ravage. It's actually, this is solved. That's solved already. This is back. He's back. He's back. Back in black. All right, well, that's interesting. So I can take that guy out. Because they're not building, this guy would build. That seems to make the most sense. You can't remove that blade. They're not ravaging there. They are ravaging there, which is interesting. I could push the Dahan there to take that guy out. It's a relatively minor problem, though. I also have my random guy sitting over here wanting to get in on the action someday. Unfortunately, we don't have good Dahan placement for some weird reason. I don't know why. So weird. I don't know what I'm doing in Northwest 1. Everything you have is presently slow. Like, the best I could probably do with the Dahan immediately is to kill one of these two guys. They're not building, but, you know, if they do explore again, we've lost the disease. I could put the Dahan in there and they ravage and that disease is preserved even more, which is amusing. Can't get the Dahan in Northeast 1 fast enough, but I also don't really have any defense for that right now. I think I'm going to... I only need one there, right? So I can put one there, I can put one there. I'm gonna leave that guy behind for a second. So now I can target this land with Call to 10 in the future to remove its blight. And I could stop if I do this in the right order. Push, right? Push that guy. And eat him. Okay. This might be a double power turn. I'm not operate under a double power turn unless I get a miner that for some reason does something. Devouring ants. There it is. If target land has no blight, add a beasts. If target land has exactly one blight, remove it. That gives me sun. Gives me plant. If I want the thresholds on that, I would need a sun, right? Well, these three give sun. There's not much overlap. Plant is the overlap, but we don't need much plant on you. Fire is an overlap. Target land, mountain, wetlands. That doesn't help the sands problem at all, does it? Other thing to consider is the fact that if I'm playing these two cards, I need 5 energy, so I'm probably not gaining an extra power off of this, actually. I'm probably also going to reclaim next turn. It's happening! All of these cost 1 energy, though. That's really bad. That's really bad, actually, because if I take this presence, I can play 3 cards and have an extra energy. But I can only spend 5 energy and I have 6 energy of cards. That's really bad. Maybe next turn's not a reclaim turn because I can't do all the things I want. I mean, unrelenting growth, right? That's just happening. That's just happening. We should get a threshold. Actually, that's blight removal. Like, that should actually work for that land. Unless no, I can't get the plant though, that's the thing. Never mind. Or I can't get the sun. Yeah, I can get enough energy to play my hand, but I could only play 2 cards. I could play 3 cards, but I won't have enough energy to play my hand. The mountains and the wetlands are not at all the problems. Sands are the problems. That one jungle is the problem. So I guess the question is, what am I playing with unrelenting growth? If I play this, I'm not getting the threshold. Is that a big deal? I could remove the blight from this land, actually, if I target myself with it. But I do need the sun to do that. So it's one of these 2 cards, or elemental boon. If I reclaimed, I could play Lure. But yeah, I wouldn't actually have the energy because I wouldn't have the gain energy. I also need 3 plants. So I gotta play a plant and a sun card. Which is Teeming Rivers or Elemental Boon. If I play Elemental Boon to get plant and sun, that gives you a plant, but that doesn't really do much. you would have, if you're playing these two cards, assuming that you're not gaining, I guess we could see what you're gonna get here. You could get to 3 card plays though. We could put a beasts in there. And then we'll have a beast so we can deal damage, which will help stave off the severity of that land. I think we were also maybe thinking about getting beasts in there with ranging hunt. Let's see, so if I put a presence there, I turn it into beasts. And then I use ranging hunt to gather one of those. That's 2 damage there. I could Teeth Gleam to add a beasts there. In the slow phase, there's 3 beasts. We also have this command beasts. I think if we do command beasts, we don't have to do it this turn. We could do it next turn and probably wipe out Northeast 1. I guess the problem though is that if I want to use Frenzied Assault, I need 4 animals. I keep saying plural. 4 animal. I need 4 animal cards. If I take Elemental Boon, I can get an extra animal. Teeth Gleam gives me an animal, so I'm looking for a power that gives me animal if I'm playing 3 cards. So I guess we're gonna start there and see what we get. We need an animal card. There is an animal card. Razor Sharp Undergrowth. Interesting. But no, Flesh Rot Fever. That's actually really interesting. It adds a disease. It's in the slow phase, so it's not going to help immediately. But it would stop a coastal or sand build in the future. Gives me a fire. If I play my hand, I would have 1 moon, 2 fire. I mean, I'm not getting to this threshold at all, right? Yeah. That requires 5 animal. Yeah, I think I'm taking Flesh Rot there. I'm taking Elemental Boon there. Since I can't play my hand, I'm gonna take off energy. And this can go anywhere. I don't think I did that. I don't think I took advantage of that last turn. Or last time I did that. I think I just put a Sacred Site somewhere. This can go anywhere. Anywhere! Except here, because it's not range 3. And here, because it has a Blight. And here, because it's not range 3. But anywhere else! Whee! Well, since this board is mostly solved, right? I want to get over here and help out. And I want to be in a land, right? 2 damage, destroy Dahan, plus damage. I would really love to be in that land. But that's not happening just yet. It would have happened had I removed a Blight there. Oops. I think this is probably the next best spot. Because I can at least deal with these explorers for the time being. I can't get in range 1 of that Sands. So that's the best I can do. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, I do get extra. Oh no, right, yeah. Oh, but I took off card plays track and I said I can't actually benefit from that just yet. Oh no, I'm getting an energy off this. I can play my hand. Oh yeah, I'm pushing Dahan now, huh? Huh. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I can't get a presence in there. Dang it. Well, I can still turn that into a beast and we could take out a city there. That's tempting too. Actually, not even just a city. If I'm growthing through sacrificing, how important is it? I'm also getting a sun. Oh! I could actually remove a blight and add a presence. Ooh. This presence could go. Or this one. I don't need this guy anymore, I don't think. Okay. But we were gonna do Sacred Site here though, right? Like, I can't do anything in there. Wait, what am I thinking about? I have okay, I'm getting myself confused because I have two cards now that say add presence, and I was thinking they're the same card. Corporate wants you to see wants you to find all the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture. Except not. They're different pictures. I can grow through sacrifice on myself, remove this blight, add that presence. Which won't really help Keeper at all, but until a future turn, but it would allow me to put the presence there and help deal with that more effectively. But we also are kind of just gonna kill this accidentally. The thing is, it's not the concern. It's not the concern. Well, we're all playing our cards, so it's just happening. Elemental boon happening here. You need to have another sun and another plant. And you need to have... Oh, you're not getting that sun. Well, that's not happening. But definitely the animal. See, the problem is this needs 2 sun, but this card doesn't have a sun on it. That was what I was misinterpreting as well. Can I get a 5th animal? If I did unrelenting growth on Fangs, then we'd get another animal. But it doesn't seem like that's happening. Alright, I want to... Not... Okay, it's gather. Oh no, that land has blight. Well, that's tragic. If only there's a way I could remove blight from that land. In that case, I'm not growing, is it? I'm not sure if that's even the best use. Because it does mean I can do this to great effect. I still want to be able to get 2 Dahan in there. That's kind of important. Or not Dahan, beasts. There is going to be blight there, so Teeth Gleam's actually not going to get the beasts that I want. Dang it. Foiled again. I don't want my presents in there because they'll be destroyed. Still think Command Beasts next turn, no, because I could put the presents in there next turn. Turn it into a beasts. I could do I could do Ranging Hunt here, push another 2 in there. I'd have 5 beasts in there, that would take out a city and a town. Probably better to actually gather in there, deal 4 damage, and then 4 damage off Command Beasts. 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. That would take it out down, get it down to 1. So Command Beasts probably happening next turn. But it's only 2 builds. Okay. Sand, sand, sand. You're gonna get that plant, right? Oh, you need a fire. You're not getting that. Dang it. Could have removed the blight in that jungle with Rego from Roots. That might have been my plan, actually. Now I think about it, but I don't know. Turns take 30 minutes, and I can't remember what I was thinking 20 minutes ago. That's my biggest problem with Spirit Island. Turns take too gosh darn long. Northwest 4. Yeah. It doesn't really matter where it goes in my lands. It doesn't want, like, I mean, all these 3 are going to be seen anyway. But that disease is now going to get used up, which is really good. That disease was meant to stop the build 2 turns ago, and we preserved it for that long. And that guy dies by Dahan. So that solves that problem. This is dead by Dahan. This is not dead by Dahan. Jungle Wetlands, there's no blight on Jungle Wetlands. There was one, but, you know, I screwed it up. Actually, I could remove that. The plan was to do this on Keeper. But I can get it. Okay, no. I think it's better now to do it on you. And actually, let's just for the sake of, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's do Unrelenting Growth on Keeper, get up to the animal. Right? Does it have to be the same land? I guess it does. Yeah, add additional wilds, remove the blight, and we gain a power card. So now we have that threshold. We're gonna deal 3 damage here. We're removing a beasts, but we can target it now with Teeth Gleam. So we can get all the beasts in there. I have so many powers. I think I take a major because if I want to play it, I can take 3 energy to play it. And I think like 2 near the jungle's kind of like, I don't need that many plants. I want to keep the animal cards, but I don't need too many plants. Fangs is taking a major. So we have Fire and Flood, 4 damage in each target land. Because it's 1 is range 1 Sacred Site, 1 is range 2 Sacred Site. Ooh, I wonder how this card is implemented. 4 damage in each target land, 3 fire plus 4 damage in either target land, 3 water, 4 damage in either target land. It's a Song of Fire and Water. Super expensive. Holy moly, is that expensive? We have some fire cards. We have some water cards. I think actually this is fire water. This is fire water. That would actually work out for Fangs, which is really kind of interesting. Pillar of Living Flame. Or Power Storm. Or Trees and Stones. I mean, Pillar of Living Flame works really well here too, because you got a lot of fire cards. Well, not actually a lot. But you do have enough to get to that threshold. Power Storm, you have a sun. 2 suns. You have fires. You have 2 air cards. Kind of be hard to get that threshold. Suns, earths, plants. Well, plant is easy. There is an earth card that exists. And it has sun on it. Guardian Serpents plus trees and stones will get that threshold. I don't think we majorly need it right now. Most of our problems are kind of solving themselves. Guardian Spirits plus trees and stones is the threshold. Actually, yeah, you're right. Actually, with the innate plant, yes. Fire and Flood is ridiculously expensive. Especially because I have to spend 1 energy to reclaim. I can gain 3. So I'd have 2 plus 2, which is 4, plus 2, which is 6. I wouldn't even be able to afford it next turn. Like, essentially, this card is 2 cards in 1. Because it targets 2 lands. And can deal 8 damage in both of the lands. Or even just dealing 4 damage in each land. Yeah, so Fire and Flood is super expensive, and I don't think it's going to be happening. Trees and Stones, though, I could do the 2 damage to the town there and push the town, the Dahan in there and have it defend 4. Which might mean we don't need Command Beasts then. Yeah, I think Trees and Stones. We lose 2 near the jungle. So now I can target that land and add a beasts. I can target that land. Do I need to target that land? I don't even think I need to target that land. It was exciting. I think I'm actually going to target this jungle since we added a town there. I guess we could also target this land. Yeah, that's the more immediate problem, and we're not resolving it immediately, so we'll just stop that build. Still don't have a valid target for regrow. Frenzied Assault, might as well just go there. This is what? 3 damage now? Takes out City. I guess I could have seen that there. Hmm. All right, so we've seen Sands. We've not seen Coastal. We've not seen the other 3 land types. Which one's the bigger concern? And also, that's happening there. So on this board, they can't see that wetlands. They can't see that mountains. They could see coastal there, but I think that's not a big problem. Here, these 3. None of which are even that big of a concern. I guess, well, that's already seen. Let's just hit that land. Actually, I probably want to put it here just so I can be closer to the sands, but now I don't even need to be in the sands. I'll put it there and I can go in that land and eat that land. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, shore up the coasts. That's kind of what I'm doing. All right. Reclaim. Oh, and you have to gain the power? Could go for another major. Because we could still gain 3 energy and play it. Although we're currently playing Trees and Stones and Guardian Serpents. And that's taking up most of my energy. I could just take Presence to get to 3 energy. Get more sustain. I could just take a major here and then decide if I want to play it or not. Let's do it. Jungle Hungers! Or Tigers Hunting. 2 fear, add a beasts, gather up to beasts. 1 damage per beasts, pushed up to 2 beasts. Is that just like literally ranging hunt? 1 damage in adjacent land without blight and +1 damage per beasts there. Okay, Boomer. I could meet his threshold too. Well, with what I was thinking of playing, I might not even need to play Trees and Stones now. Well, I didn't even need to before, but... Actually, would I hit the threshold with that? I would hit the threshold with that. I can play what I was originally playing, and also Tigers Hunting. Jungle Hungers is also kind of tempting, but like, now this board is starting to get solved. Yeah, now I can't even see what cards I'm looking at. What even is going on here? Did I need that 3 energy? I did, right? Yeah. Trees, stones, and tigers. Oh my. Why would you not choose tigers? Because I want the game to last a little longer, that's why. I guess this is now a super problem. Not really super. Because we don't have an immediate solution there. Could take major. Take major. Major. That stops a blight. Playing Infinite Vitality just so Northwest 1 doesn't blight is a bit silly, isn't it? I could just let it Ravage, I guess. Cascade into Northwest 6. These two cards have literally the same elements on it. That's kind of amusing. Plant. It doesn't give me sun or fire. Sun, fire. I don't have animal. Or we take the wonderful sea monsters card. I'm not range 1 from there though, but hey. That would be an amazing use of sea monsters, wouldn't it? I get 8 fear, basically. Except everything would be dead in that land, so there's nothing for that. I can get the threshold for Infinite Vitality at least. Maybe not this turn. Definitely not this turn. Helps me hit the threshold on poisoned land. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could take both of these cards, huh? Well, I can't, so that's not currently the thing. All right, so what other random thresholds do we have? You know, obviously sun plant. Well, these don't really seem too exciting. Infinite Vitality just stops 2 blight this turn, which is not bad. I could also take this land and poison it and have a cascade again. And we could blight the island! Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, indeed. Like, I would just need an extra earth for poison lands to proc. Add the blight. Extra damage to fear. Then I can remove the blight. Oh no, but it's fast and slow. So actually, no, that doesn't work. Whenever blight would be added, instead leave it. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I would add the blight, except I don't do it, and then I don't have blight on the cards, so I don't do extra damage. Okay, yeah, that's silly. Silly Billy. Oh, and by the way, that disease is also not happening still, because that's dead by Dahan, so. that sand is just never building. That disease is staying there for the rest of the game. So, not sea monsters. Can I randomly get the threshold for instruments of their own pain? I certainly have enough sun cards. Do I have enough energy? I don't think I do. I have 6 energy. Instruments is 4. And elemental boon is 1, and everything else is more expensive than 1. I don't know. Actually, I guess sea monsters would help with Northwest 1. Gives a beast. Then we get 2 fear for that beasts. Then we get 3 damage off that beast. And then 2 damage off the blight. It's probably not bad on second glance. It is 5 energy, and then I'm not using other effects, though. Because I don't have any other animals, so I'm not getting the threshold. I don't know. Maybe infinite vitality for next turn and try to see if I can gather Dahan in there. Which is great when I have no Dahan cards. Oh, I do have Sacrosanct Wilderness. But, no. Well, I could do that next turn. Infinite Vitality and Sacrosanct next turn. I guess it doesn't protect the Dahan enough. 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The Dahan would just die. I'd have 12 health of Dahan, and I'd have 12 damage worth of invaders. Also, what card would I be forgetting? I think I'm forgetting Regrow again, or at least I was going to forget it, and then I changed my mind because I had a use for it, and then I took away that use. Okay. Well, other than this Sands, like, there's no build. So, like, all our focus, I guess, here is to deal with Northwest 1 by the next fast phase, I'd imagine. Oh, Towering Wrath would have been a bit better if I had a presence. Oh, but I can't play both. I will have Blight. Well, I guess I don't have much I can actually do then, huh? Bah. This problem is basically solved, right? Somehow the board just flipped and now this is a problem. It's a relatively minor problem, all things considered. Can I get this? Yeah, the problem is, oh, I guess I could play Unrelenting and Lure. And I need one more sun, one more plant. It could be Sacrosanct, it could be Boon. We don't need thresholds here anymore. It's 9/11? What? This game's been going for 2 hours. Gotta finish this game, jeez. You'd say Sacrosanct. Yeah, let's go Sacrosanct. Oh boy, and we're back to 0 energy again. Okay. Just so silly. So what? That's 7 damage. We have 2 beasts. I kind of don't want to gather that. Actually, hold on a second. Hold on. Let's do this. Gather this guy. And I can push these guys here. I think I actually want to stay where I am, though. But then I do Tiger's Hunting here. Adds that, gathers that. Stay where I am. 4 damage. Yay, Terror level 2. I want to stay here. Deal damage here. Then I do trees and stones here. Defends that. Dead by Dahan. Dead by Dahan. Or I could also just Guardian Serpents for the lulz. Give you beasts, I guess? I'm just gonna move that explorer out. Give this to you. Put a beasts here. There's not really a good place to defend, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna move this Dahan a little bit closer. This wilds, I guess, doesn't do much though. I guess I could just completely say screw the Dahan and just put that there. Stop a coastal explorer. Shore up the coast. We don't need to command beasts now. 2 fear cards. Remove 2 explorers or a town from a land with Dahan. Well, none of the lands with Dahan are problems right now. Sad days. Adds a strife in a land with or adjacent to beasts. Invaders skip their normal explore and build in lands with beasts. That's the card that I misinterpreted about. That strife's just gonna be used up immediately if I put it there, but there's like nowhere else it matters or can be done. And a land adjacent to beasts. Yeah, all the beasts have just kind of migrated to far lands. I guess we'll just put it here. So it's cascading is why it's doing that. So if I can take out that town and that city and that town, we win. Jungle. Oh, and also this town. There's no town over here though. That's cool. Exploring jungle. They already have that explorer there, so it's kind of silly Billy that I put it there, I guess. I guess I can do something. I don't know. How much damage am I doing? 1 damage per thing. Yeah, there's not enough. Just gonna put you there. Keep you on the coast. Look at that guy. Joseph over there. Okay. I can remove a blight, do the thing with the stuff. Oh, actually, if I go in that land, then this works, doesn't it? So I'm going to target myself. Do I need the plant threshold? No. But it doesn't really make sense to do something else, TBH. Um, why did that freeze? Let's try this again. I think I clicked too fast and I confused the game, is my guess. I probably should have reported it, but since I went out, it stopped. Major. Do you have destroyed presence? No, you do. These are all vanilla cards as well. Blazing Renewal would just help with Northwest 1. And you can get that threshold, I think. Not sure about the energy yet, though, but let's see. So 3 fire, 3 earth, and plants easy. If I played these 4 cards, I would get it. That requires 12 energy. Well, also requires 4 card plays. If I do presence, gain energy, I get 4 card plays. If I reclaim and gain energy, 7 +1 +1 +1, or I'm not getting that one. So 9 energy, 3, 6, 11, 12. That'll show them. I think I was thinking about this +3, but that doesn't work because you don't have that +3, huh? If I reclaim though, well, these cards would be back. Lure gives me another fire for free at the expense of a card play. Do I need the threshold? I would like the threshold. But do we win the game without the threshold, I guess, is a thing. There's no town here, right? So I just have to take this town out, this city, into 2 towns. Which... I think lure and... Oh no, we can't lure anymore. It's fast power, and this is slow. Actually, I'm already doing 5 damage, so I don't need to take out the city. Actually, land thrashes, but that's slow. I'll take blazing. A ditch elemental boon. Just hit that for a second. Yeah, just do that. Doesn't matter at all, but I don't have to hit the towns because Blazing Renewal will take care of that for me. Okay. Game's almost done. So Blazing Renewal solves that problem. Sacrosanct Wilderness solves that problem, and we're done. Play those for elements. We managed to get the threshold on Blazing Renewal after all. Nice. Anything I care about here then? None of the jungles have things, so have fun. Oh, I can't get that threshold now. No. 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 I'm not even playing these effectively. I'm just kind of dicking around. All right, so Blazing Renewal here. Sacrosanct there. And we win. None of the things removed Blight, so it didn't really matter what I did otherwise. Couldn't add Dahan, couldn't remove Blight. All right. $64. I will accept that. It's not 54, but that's fine. Oh, look, Keeper and Sharp Fangs are both 0-0. That's weird. It's because it's not public yet. Cool. Well, we have successfully defeated Brandenburg, Prussia, too, with Sharp Fangs and Keeper. Lots of fun with wilds in that game. Some beasts as well. Disease also had an appearance. Strife had a cameo appearance. Didn't do much. But that was fun. Slow but fun. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your stay. This was Dolphin's Dive with Lewd Dolphin. We stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. One of the games from Handelabra, usually Sentinels of the Multiverse, or One Deck Dungeon, or Spirit Island. Maybe Aeon's End will make an appearance after several months of absence. Maybe not. And maybe I will be so inclined to play Bottom of the Ninth. Maybe, maybe not. But that's Dolphin's Dive. Every Monday at 5 p.m. is Luck of the Seamus with Seamus the Hug Monster, who has been demoing some of the Cauldron decks that have been working on, that have been worked on, are being worked on, words, and will be soon available, are available, sort of, depends on your definition of available, with the Steam Workshop implementation of, in the set. I'm gonna give up on words. I apparently don't know what I'm talking about. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is Handelabra Live with John and sometimes Jeremy, two of the leads of Handelabra that like to demo content before it is publicly available. And some of the things that John has been doing is demoing these two spirits and some of the minor and major powers that have been developed in the Branching Claw expansion. If you're ever going to see event cards implemented, Handelabra Live would be the stream to go to. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. is Dolphin's Dive, as we've mentioned. Every Friday at 1 p.m. is the Steam Workshop Dev Stream with John, who has been programming steadfastly, getting the Steam Workshop going. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. is Spirit Island Saturdays with sometimes John, sometimes Lewd me. I can't speak anymore. I'm giving up. I'll just do few word. Saturday, 7 p.m. Spirit Island Saturdays. Lewd, John, Seamus, sometimes guests, sometimes you. Reward, hit reward, become guest. Sunday, Tales from the Archive. Another letdown, Sentinels. Thank you. Good night. See you next week. There, that was a lot easier, wasn't it?